In this video, we're going to see about what are all the real-time interview questions in the interview the people will ask most of the times. So those are all the questions on the manual testing we're going to discuss in this video. I believe if you'll go through all these questions and how I am explaining, based on this easily you can clear the interview on manual testing part. Okay, let me start. The first question any interview they're going to ask is, tell me about yourself. How we need to answer for this question? Tell me about yourself. We need to tell about ourselves. What we need to tell? The first thing we need to tell is we need to introduce ourselves, our name, and how many years experience we are having, and currently which company we are working, and what are all the different domains we worked on, what are all the various tools we worked on, and you need to explain about your current project, that project related to which domain and what are the tools you are using and who is the client for that, and you need to start with the explaining the project to the interviewer. At the end you need to tell him that your roles and responsibilities in that project. You need to explain your roles and responsibilities very clearly to him. For example, in the manual testing, what responsibilities will be there? If at all you are having a 3-4 years experience, your responsibilities would be understanding the requirement document, preparing the test scenarios and test cases, involved in preparing the test plan document, and writing the test cases, executing the test cases, analyzing the test results. For the failed cases, you need to raise a bugs to the development team, and involved in smoke testing, retesting, regression testing, integration testing, system testing, and identifying the test data if required. So these are all the various responsibilities as a manual tester you are having usually. These responsibilities you need to explain it very clearly to the interviewer. And then this is about the tell me about yourself, your name and your experience, your domains which you have worked on, tools you have worked on, and what are all the various clients you worked on, and current project, who is the client, what is the domain, who is the and your current project. You need to tell about your client and your domain. You need to explain your project very clearly and roles and responsibilities in that project. So this is about the tell me about yourself. For anybody need to explain all these things to the interviewer. Based on this, the interviewer may ask so many questions to you. In that domain, how these things will happen, and all in that tool how the things will happen. So based on your explanation, they may ask you questions on the interview side. Well, this is about the tell me about yourself part. Coming to the what is testing. If interviewer asks what is testing, why we need to do that, what is the use of a testing? Testing we are doing to deliver the quality application to the customer. If at all any deviations will be there, we need to identify them and we need to report it to the development team, get it fixed done, and we need to cross check again, and our intention is to deliver a 100% quality application to the client. That is the use of a testing. Next, so how you will confirm the application is meeting all the requirements? How you will confirm application is meeting all the requirements given by the client? See, we are usually writing the test cases, test scenarios we are writing, on top of it we are deriving the test cases. If all the test cases you have executed, everything is getting passed, or some of them are failed and we have raised the bugs to the development team, and then you have retested, if everything is working fine, then you can confirm to the client that okay, so application, these are all the features are working fine according to your requirements. That's it. So like this way you need to explain to the interviewer and all. When you will stop your testing, these are all the real-time interview questions I used to ask in the interview. When you will stop your testing? So in my videos I explained you traceability matrix, requirement traceability matrix. You need to trace your requirements, each and everything. So whether you have written each and every requirement, whether you have written scenarios and test cases or not. First you need to check in the requirement traceability matrix, each and every requirement is covered or not. If each and every requirement is covered, then those all test cases we need to execute. Okay, some of the test cases getting passed, some of them got failed. Failed ones, same procedure. You need to update to the development team, get it fixed, and then you are going to perform the retesting part. If this part is done, then if nothing is there to test, whatever we tested, everything is working fine, then we are going to stop the test cases. So I can say in real time words, 100% test coverage is there, then we can stop the testing. Based on the test coverage, you have written test cases, 100 test cases, 100 you have executed, everything is passed, then you can stop the testing. It depends on 100% test coverage. If there are no open bugs, then you can stop the testing. Okay, perfect. Next, fifth one, difference between project and product. What is difference between project and product? Project, we are working for the single customer. One customer is there, he is giving requirements to us, we are working on that. So we are going to deliver the application to that particular customer. What is product? Product is like MS Office is a product. It is not designed for one particular person. Okay. Or Samsung mobile is a product. It is not designed for somebody. It is designed for open market. Anybody can buy it, anybody can use it. So product means based on the market industry requirements, we are going to gather the requirements, the company will gather the requirements and they will develop some application. That is a product. Project means single customer requirements only, we are going to serve to that particular customer, that is a project. Sixth one, what is smoke testing, when we will do that? So smoke testing is something like when the development team developed the application, they are going to give it to the testing team. Before we are going to accept that build or sprint to the testing, we are going to perform initial testing on that application. At least basic functionalities are working fine or not. If the basic functionalities are working fine, then we will accept that particular build. Okay, the smoke testing is first type of testing we are conducting on the application, whether to verify build is stable or not, whether to accept that build for major testing or not. So when we are going to do this? At the beginning of a testing. Before we are going to perform major testing, we will perform the smoke testing to verify whether the build is acceptable to major testing or not. That is nothing but smoke testing. Next, difference between GUI and functional testing. What is GUI testing? What is functional testing? GUI means graphical user interface testing. What we are going to verify in GUI? In GUI we are going to verify what on the application, what are all the different controls are there, like buttons, text fields, links, images, drop downs, combo boxes, check boxes. These all whatever are there, each and everything you need to verify. That is nothing but GUI testing. And functionality testing, what you are going to verify? You are going to verify the application behavior, how application is behaving by performing some actions on our application. You are clicking on the buttons or links, how those are behaving. Or you enter some data, clicked and submit, how application is behaving. So functional testing is something like you are going to verify how application is behaving. So whatever the result it is giving, whether it is meeting the client requirements or not, that you are going to verify in the functional testing part. Okay. Next, eighth one, what is regression testing? What you are going to verify in regression testing? See, for example, you have performed in the module 1 functionalities, you have written a test cases and you executed them. Module 1 and module 2 are integrated, for example. Okay. So module 1, some fixes happened. What you need to do? Because these two are integrated. Because of the changes in module 1, module 2 is also integrated. It may impact module 2. We don't know. Sometimes it may impact module 2. But in the part of regression testing, you need to verify module 2 functionality also to cross check module 2 is not getting impacted because of changes in module 1. So that is about the regression testing. Regression testing intention is what? Entire application is stable or not. Or when we are going to do regression testing, whenever any fix happened in the module 1 or whenever any functionality is added in module 1, then you need to perform the testing on the module 2 because both are interrelated. So what are all the modules I need to verify in the regression testing? So for that I have covered one more video. In that video I have given decision table. That decision table we need to use. What are all the modules are interrelated, integrated, we need to find out in real time. Okay, so based on that you need to identify the relations. When something is happened in some module, you need to identify what all the modules are integrated to that module, and you need to perform the testing on that particular, those related modules and all. That is about the regression testing part. Next, how you will identify, ninth one, how you will identify related functionalities in regression testing. Just now I covered this one. By using the decision table will be there. By using decision table, you can all the functionalities. It is usually prepared by test lead or who know the entire functionality. They will prepare the decision table. So this is a table having the module names in the left side, module names in the top side. You need to identify the interrelated modules and put the yes or no in those columns. So whenever you want to perform the regression testing, you need to refer the decision table, and based on this table, you are going to perform the regression testing on the related modules only. You may get a question here, sir, are we going to perform regression testing on entire application? No, you need to perform the regression testing only for the related modules. Because why we need to perform the entire testing? Entire testing anyway we are performing in the system testing. So but in the regression testing, you need to identify what are all the modules are interrelated, what are the functionalities are interrelated. Those functionalities you need to perform the regression testing. Next, 10th question. What will verify in GUI testing? As I covered in the previous, we are going to cover whatever you are able to see with your eyes on our application. Everything you need to verify. It may be a logo, it may be a text, it may be a labels, text fields, buttons, or footers, anything. Anything you are able to see with your eyes according to the requirement, everything is present or not, you need to verify. What is ad hoc testing? Very, very important interview question. What is ad hoc testing? When we will do that? Who will do that? See, I am giving you one scenario. 100 test cases are there for our application. 100 test case execution will take for 5 members 10 days it is going to take. 10 days it is going to take. For example, client asked us to deliver it in 1 day. 1 day we need to test entire application. Usually it is going to take 10 days. That time how you will deliver? 5 members work, 10 days it is going to take, but client is asking 5 members to deliver it in 1 day. So because client committed with his end users is going to deliver something to them. Already client is committed, we have to deliver. But it will take 10 days, but we have only 1 day. How you will deliver? In this case, we are going to do the ad hoc testing. Ad hoc testing means no planned testing. Whatever you think that, whatever the functionality is critical to the client, those functionalities you are going to do it. Whatever is critical to the client, without any proper plan, you are going to test major functionalities, and without any proper plan. This is very, very important. Without any plan, you are going to perform the testing on our application and you are going to deliver it to the client. That is something like ad hoc testing. So normal testing means what we are going to do, we will write the test scenarios, we will write the test cases, we will execute them. If everything is getting passed, okay. If not getting passed, we will report it to the development team for fixing. Usually this process will continue, but whereas here in ad hoc testing there is no proper process. There is no proper process. So application will be there, you have to deliver it to the client because for that. So that is the reason you are going to test some functionalities in a high level and you will deliver it to the client. You may get it out. Sir, if you will deliver like that way, in the client side we may get a bugs. Yes, sometimes we may get it. That is the reason our lead will send a mail, or your lead or your manager will send a mail to the client that we are releasing as a conditional release. It is not a final release because we have never tested all the functionalities. That is the reason we are giving what? Conditional release to the client, saying that you may get a bugs in this because of we have not tested the thorough testing on our application. So we are going to give you a conditional release to the client. So that is about the ad hoc testing part. What is the use of test plan and different sections in it? Very, very important interview question. What is the use of test plan? To plan all our testing activities, we require the test plan. To perform testing on our application, we need to have some plan. Okay, without plan, we may not get 100% successful results. That is the reason we need to plan the things. So that is the reason we need to have a test plan. All the testing activities, whatever we are going to do, what we are going to deliver, what are all the functionalities we are going to test it, who is responsible for that. Okay, so what are all the deliverables we are going to deliver to the client, all the things will be there in the test plan. Okay, so what is the use of this document? This is the first document from testing side. We are going to send it to the client for approval. Once test plan is approved, then we are going to perform the test development phase, like preparing the test scenarios, test cases and all. Okay, this is the first document. We are going to send it to the client from testing team side. Okay, perfect. 13th one. What are all risks and contingency planning? What is risk? Some unexpected problem is a risk. Okay, some unexpected, you know what problems you may get it, but you don't know when you are going to get it. You understand my point, right? You know those problems you may get it, but when you are going to get, you don't know. That is a risk. Contingency planning means solution for those risks. For example, already every manager know somebody may down with fever or something and may not able to office to the 1 month or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That everybody know. Everybody may get sick. We don't know. Then what is your solution? How you are going to overcome it? That is nothing but contingency planning. This section is available in test plan document. Okay, perfect. 14th one. What are different type of applications we can test? For example, in the interview they may ask you a question. What are all the various applications you have tested? What type of applications you have tested? So usually so different type of applications are Windows applications will be there, client server, web, distributed, mobile. So many applications. You need to explain very clear to the interview what are all the different applications you have tested so far. Based on your resume, whatever you kept it in your resume, you need to explain those all things to the interviewer. 15th one. What is bug life cycle? Very, very important interview question. You are attending the interview and manual testing. Without this question, no interview will be there. What is bug life cycle? I explained in some other video. You can refer my videos. Bug life cycle I explained very clearly. So here also I will try to cover. So bug life cycle means how one bug will starting to ending, different phases will be there. That you need to explain here. First, whenever you raised a bug, the status will be new. Once development team accepted, the status changes to open. Open bug means it is pending from the development team. Once they fixed it, they will change it to fixed. Fixed bugs are pending from testing team. We need to retest. If everything is working, we will close it. If not working, we will again send it back to the development team for fixing again. Okay. If development team is not accepted, from the new status to they will change it to rejected. Because sometimes they may reject the bugs also. So, or if everything is working, we will close the bug. These are all the different statuses you need to explain very clearly to the interviewer. 16th one. What is testing life cycle? What are all the different phases will be there in testing life cycle? Test plan, test development, test execution, results analysis, bug tracking and reporting. These are the various phases available in test development phase. In the test development phase, we need to perform all these phases. First one is a test plan. You need to plan each and everything. According to that plan, you need to start the test development, preparing the scenarios and test cases, and performing the internal peer reviews and lead reviews on those scenarios. Next, test execution, performing the test cases on your application, and you need to verify what all the test cases are getting passed and what are all getting failed. Next, results analysis. You need to analyze the results. What test cases are passed, what test cases are failed. Failed ones, what we need to do? You need to perform the bug tracking. And in this case, again, bug tracking. Different phases will be there, as I told you. Those all phases you need to perform until closing of the bug. Next, finally, reporting. You need to report it to the client. Okay, these are all the major phases in the testing life cycle. Good. 17th one. What is bug, what is defect, what is remark? Bug, at the time of you are raising a issue to the development team, that is a bug. Once that is accepted by the development team, that is a defect. So accepted bug is a defect. Rejected bug is a remark. Okay, rejected bug is a remark. So how the tester's performance will be calculated by your manager? If more remarks are there, you are not a 100% quality tester. Why? Because you are not understanding the requirement. You don't know what is bug, what is remark. You are raising a bugs and all are rejected by the development team. It means that where is the mistake? Your side is the mistake. You did not understand the requirements properly. That is the reason all the bugs are rejected by the development team. So more remarks are there, you are not a quality tester. More defects are there, you are a quality tester. So that is the reason in testing we need to understand the requirements very clearly in the beginning of the project. If you did not understand the requirements, there will not be no chance to raise a bugs, because you don't know what is bug, what is not a bug. Okay, perfect. What is different deferred bug? This is also a good question. 18th one. What is deferred bug? When you can say the bug is a deferred one. So for example, you raised one bug. That is a valid bug only. You send it to the development team. You raised it. But development team doesn't have time to fix that bug. That bug is a priority one only or severity one only, but development team doesn't have a time to fix that bug in that release or in that phase. They want to fix it future. Then that bug we are called as a deferred bug. Deferred bug means the valid bug only, but it is development team is going to fix it in future releases. So that is a deferred bug. Okay, in some interviews they may ask you. 19th one. How they process in agile model. I have recorded one more video on agile terminologies and agile model. You can refer them. Okay, agile model nowadays is a trending model. Agile model nowadays trending because for changing requirements projects, the suitable model is agile. Whenever the requirement changes are there, this model adapt those all changes and try to deliver to the client very quickly. Okay, right. 20th one is when we need to go for agile model. As I told you just now, for unstable requirements projects, or the client told you that his requirements may change at any time of the development life cycle, then we need to go for agile model. Okay, agile scrum process is the famous model, very demanding model nowadays. Right. You can refer to the other video where I have recorded two videos on agile model. One is for agile terminologies and one more is on agile flow. You can refer those two videos to understand how agile model will work in real time. 21st, what are all the drawbacks in waterfall model? Why we are not using waterfall model? What are the drawbacks? Waterfall model, so always top to bottom will be there. Requirements analysis, design, coding, testing, delivery and maintenance. There is no bottom to up. If requirement changed, again you need to do the requirement phase, again you need to follow the design analysis, again you need to follow the development, again you need to follow the testing. Because of that reason, so much time it is going to take when our requirement is changes, because you need to follow all the phases from top to bottom. So that is the drawback in the main drawback in the waterfall model. So what type of projects it is suitable? It is suitable for the projects which the requirements never changes, then this is suitable. Okay, if more time is taking in this model, obviously more budget will be there. So these are all the drawbacks in this model. Next, let me go with the 22nd question. What are the different sections we will fill while raising the bug? Very important interview question. While raising a bug, what are all the various fields you need to fill? I am referring it to the ALM or quality center, but similar fields will be there in other tools also. You need to fill summary, description, steps to reproduce, and which project it is, which module it is, and what is the bill number or sprint number, and what is severity, seriousness of the bug, what is priority, and who found it by, who, to whom we need to assign it to, whom is the developer, and comments you need to fill. Status. Status talks about new, open, fixed, closed, reopen, rejected. These are all the will be there. Okay. You need to fill all these fields while raising the bug in either quality center or ALM. Perfect. The next one we are referring is, so 23rd one, what are all the different type of reports sent from testing team? So what are all the various reports we are going to send it to the client from testing team? We need to send daily status reports, weekly status report, monthly status report, test summary reports, test closure report, bug reports. These are all the various deliverables from testing team. We used to send it to the client to make him understand where we are and how we are performing the testing and all. So these are all the various reports we used to send it to the client from testing team. Okay, usually this will be done by your manager or your lead. So based on the client expectation, we need to put all the things into these all reports. But these all reports contain same thing in the sense it talks about how many test cases we have executed, how many bugs we have raised, and how many critical bugs are there, how many high priority bugs are there, medium, low bugs are there, how many are closed, how many are reopened. So it talks about your test case information and your bugs information. So these two things, major things, we're going to put it into these reports. Okay, perfect. Very important interview question. What is 24th one? What is severity and priority? Severity talks about seriousness of the problem. Seriousness of the problem is a severity. Priority means how much urgently to fix the issue. This is usually given by the developer. So severity will be given by the tester because seriousness known to the tester. So these two are the very important fields we need to fill while raising a bug to the development team. While raising a bug, you will give, so severity, how you are going to give. If everything is not working, that is a critical bug. Your severity is critical, so you will send it to the development. Priority also, at the time of raising a bug, you need to give from your end, and later on, based on the number of bugs available to fix by the development team, they will change the priority according to their priority. So severity is something like seriousness of the issue. Priority is something like how much urgent to fix that issue is given by the development team. Good. 25th one. What is difference between validation and verification? This also I have covered in one of the video. What is difference between validation and verification? Validation means actual testing. Once we have written our scenarios and test cases, we are executing on our application those all test cases. That is nothing but validation. That is nothing but validation. Verification is something like before we are going to perform the testing, we need to verify our scenarios correct or not, cases correct or not, our plan is correct or not. So we are going to review all those documents before we are going to perform the testing. That is nothing but verification. So validation is coming under quality control. Verification is coming under quality assurance. So based on the QA and QC, we are going to perform the validations and verifications on our applications and all. 26th one. Very important interview question. What is high priority and low severity bug you identified in your project? High priority but low severity. How you will differentiate severity and priority? As I told you previously, severity is the seriousness of the issue given by the tester. Priority is given by the development team, how much urgently they fix the issue. So when you are going to give low severity, if at all any cosmetic issues are there, or GUI issues are there, or some spelling mistake is there in your application, then you are going to give the low severity. For example, let me take, in your application your logo is there. In your logo, your company is spelling mistake is there. That is GUI only. GUI we will give low severity. But logo mistake is there, that is very much priority to the client. Then the development team will give the high priority for that bug. Okay. From testing side it is a GUI, we will give low severity, but from client side it is more critical, then development team will give the high priority to that particular bug. Similar case, 27th one, low priority and high severity bug. Low priority, high severity. See, for example, some functionality is not working, then we will give the high priority, high severity to that particular bug. But that functionality is not that much important to the client. That can fix it in later also. Then the development team will give the low priority to that particular bug. Some functionality is not working, that is very critical to the testing team. Then we will give the high severity. But from client perspective, that is that much not important to the client, then they are going to give the low priority to that particular bug. Similarly, 28th one. Coming to the 28th one, how many types of test cases you write? What are the different type of test cases we used to write? We can write GUI test cases, graphical user interface. We can write the functional positive. We can write the functional negative. We can write field level validation test cases. Okay, these are all the 4 different type of tests we used to write. So how many types of test cases in this sense? GUI test cases we can write, functional positive, functional negative, field level validation. These are all the 4 different type of test cases we used to write for each and every scenario. Okay, GUI will cover the GUI part of the application, like any elements or any controls in the application, labels, text fields, all you are going to verify. Verify the existence of them. Functional positive, you enter the positive data, accordingly it is working or not, you need to verify. Negative, you are going to enter the negative data and you play with the application correspondingly, whether it is working or not, you are going to verify. Field level validation means each and every text field will be there, drop downs will be there. You are going to verify the length of the fields. In the other video I explained about boundary value analysis and equivalence partitioning. You can refer them. Okay, so these are all the 4 different type of test cases we used to prepare. 29th one, what is SDLC? 29th one, what is SDLC? Software development lifecycle. What all the different phases will be there in SDLC? Requirements, analysis, design, coding, testing, delivery and maintenance. These are all the phases will be there. This is also important interview question, because as a tester we need to know all the phases of the software development lifecycle. Any project we want to deliver to the client, what are all the different phases we have to follow? So these 6 are the various phases we have to follow to deliver a quality product to the customer. You need to explain about all these phases, what are all the different things are going to happen in each and every phase. 30th, how many test cases will you write every day? Very, very important interview question. How many test cases will you write every day? Or per day, how many test cases can you write? This is a question which is having ambiguity. Somebody can write only one test case which is having n number of steps. Somebody can write 5 test cases. Somebody can write 50 test cases also. That depends on complexity of your application. That depends on which domain you are working. So whatever you are telling in the interview, be confident. Okay, be confident about your answer. Because as I told you, one test case somebody will write, 5 write, 20, 50, 100 also one can able to write per a day. That depends on, if for example test case is there, only 3 to 4 steps are there, then in that case you can write 50 to 100 also. That depends on the complexity of the application. So whatever you are telling, be confident in the interview. That is very much important. Without confident you are telling I will write 10, then interviewer may not believe you. So whatever you are telling, all these questions, whatever I am explaining, be confident in the interview. So each and every question you answered with 100% confidence, I can guarantee you, you can clear the interview. That's it. Somebody are losing the interviews because of doesn't having the confidence. Whatever they are telling, that is correct or not, they don't know. But whatever I am explaining here, based on my experience, okay, so 100% confidence you need to explain it to the interviewer. If you doesn't have the confidence, then interviewer will catch you. Interviewer will feel that you don't know anything about all these concepts and all. So answer each and every question with 100% confidence. Okay, well, next, what is usability testing? 31st one. What is usability testing? Usability usually done by the UAT people, user acceptance testing team. Usability is something like user friendliness of the application. User friendliness of the application, whether our application is user friendly or not. Why Yahoo Mail and Gmail, why people are using Gmail? Because Yahoo Mail is not user friendly. You need to identify a compose button on the screen, it will take few seconds. So that is the reason user friendliness is very, very important to the application. Usually it is done by the UAT testers. They will perform the UAT testing. In the part of UAT, they will perform the usability also. Well, 32nd. What are test case design techniques you have used? I have covered this one also in other video. Test case design techniques. You can refer my videos. So these 4 are the various techniques we use to perform. We used to prepare for each and every project. Boundary value analysis, equivalence class partitioning, error guessing, and decision table. These are all the different techniques we are going to use to design the test cases. Boundary value analysis talks about 6 test cases for each and every text field. Minimum minus 1, minimum, minimum plus 1, maximum minus 1, maximum, maximum plus 1. Equivalence partitioning talks about only 3 values: less than minimum, greater than maximum, between minimum and maximum. Error guessing is done by the experienced people in our team. They will guess the errors, where we may get an error in our application. Decision table is something like is going to tell about what are all the interrelations between all the modules in our application. That is about the decision table. Okay, these are all the 4 techniques we used to use in real time. 33rd, simple test cases for any objects like pen, water bottle, chair. This is also important interview question for the 2 years, 3 years experienced, who are having the 2 years, 3 years experience. In the interview, they may ask in front of them whatever is there, like they are having a water bottle, they will ask you to tell about water bottle test cases. They are having a pencil, they may ask you question on pencil, what are all the test cases you have for this pencil, or pen, or table, or projector, or monitor. They may, in front of them whatever is there, they will ask you to write a test cases for it. So that is what going to happen in the interview. Okay, you need to be prepared for some of the objects, how you will write a test cases. What are all the positive test cases, what are all the negative test cases, and the GUI test cases part. Well, 34th one. What is compatibility and end-to-end testing? What is compatibility testing? What we are going to verify in the compatibility? Compatibility is talks about how our application is supporting the supporting the various environments, various hardwares, various softwares, how our application is behaving. These both also talks about the same thing, compatibility and end-to-end testing. Compatibility is more talks about how our application is supporting the multiple hardware combinations and multiple software combinations and all. Whereas end-to-end talks about how our application is behaving end-to-end, starting to ending in that environments. Let we assume Windows environment, how our application is behaving end-to-end, how our application is supporting the hardware, that is compatibility. End-to-end how it is behaving, that is end-to-end testing. Windows operating system, similarly Linux, similarly Mac, that is one thing. Next, browsers, how Chrome browser it is working, how IE browser, how Firefox browser, how Opera browser, how Safari browser. So these are all the things talks about compatibility testing and end-to-end testing. So hardware related, whether it is supporting or not, that is compatibility. Functionality end-to-end, how it is behaving in that environment, that is the end-to-end testing. Okay, end-to-end testing is coming under system level testing. Usually in system level testing, what we are doing, end-to-end testing we are performing on various browsers and various operating systems, or with different hardware combinations, with different software combinations. So these both are coming under system level testing. 35th one, what are the metrics? Do you have an idea? What is the use of metrics? Metrics is something like measurement. You are going to measure something. Usually this is done by your manager or your lead. So metrics is measurement, how our application quality is. How they are going to measure? For this, they are going to have some formulas in it. So example, the first one, remark versus defect ratio. This tells about what is the quality of a tester they want to identify. Who is a quality tester they want to identify. Then who is raising more bugs or who is raising more defects, he is a good tester. Who is raising more remarks, he is not a valid tester. So the measurements is something like we are going to measure something on our team or individually or entire project level. That is something like metrics. Usually it is prepared by your lead or your manager. 36th one. If we did not follow the process, what are the disadvantages? If you did not follow the process, what are the disadvantages you are going to get it? You are not able to reach your project deadlines, may not able to maintain quality, more rework is required, client may not able to satisfy with the quality we are delivering, and more resources are required. More gaps will identify at the end of the project. So these are all the various drawbacks if you did not follow the process. Why companies are following CMM level process, CMMI, capability maturity models? Why the companies are following? Because of this is the reason. Each and every company, they have to follow the process according to their standards. Then only they can able to deliver a quality product to the client. Otherwise, we may not able to reach the deadlines given by the client. So that is the reason everybody why doing a certification on the process, because they have to deliver a quality product to the customers. Within the timelines, within the budget, we have to deliver to the client. So that is the reason each and every company is supposed to follow some process. Each and every project is supposed to follow some process to deliver it to the client in on time and on budget. Okay. 37th one. What is alpha and beta testing? What is an alpha and beta testing? This is also important interview question. Alpha and beta testing, for example, clients will come to our places sometimes. The client will come to our company and he is doing his end-to-end testing, that is alpha testing. Or we will send application to his environment and he is doing testing, that is beta testing. So client will come to the development environment and he is performing the testing, that is a alpha testing. Our client will get this application to his environment and he is performing, that is beta testing. Okay. Next, 38th one, what is stub and what is driver? This one also I covered in one of the video. Stub and driver is very simple. Due to the lack of the time, the development team sometimes not able to develop the middle module, but parent and child modules are developed, but still they want to integrate in top-down approach that we are called as a stub. In bottom-up approach, we call it as a driver. So these are all the very, very important interview questions. Usually the interviews and all the people used to ask. You are able to answer these 38 questions very clearly. You understand. I hope your interview will be cleared. But what you need to have? Each and every question you need to answer with 100% confidence. Okay. So interviewer always looks for your confident level and how the subject knowledge you are explaining. Okay. Always our intention is to impress the interviewer with our subject knowledge and with our confidence. So these are all very, very important to clear any interview and all. Okay. So these are all the interview questions on the manual testing, and in the next video I am going to cover the agile process related interview questions. As I told you, nowadays the trending model is what? Agile model. Agile model is very, very important nowadays. Each and every project, most of the projects are using Agile. Because why Agile model people are using? Because it is suitable for the unstable requirements projects. We can adapt the changes at any phase of the project. That is the reason Agile model is more suitable nowadays. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.